Starting. Okay. Hey, everybody. This is Suzanne Beck. It is not Alexandra Street. I'm using Alex's computer because mine would not do a Google Hangout. So you have me. We're going to go ahead and get started. Hang on just one second. All right. Give me just a second for this to get going. And there we go. All right, welcome you guys. Thanks for hopping on. We are going to talk today about inviting and handling objections with class. If there is any problem on your end seeing the slides, if somebody could just please send me a text so that I know that we're having a problem or that we're good to go. So anyways, so let's get started. First of all, before we do any inviting and before we even get started, mind over matter, because your mindset matters so much. Where you show up, how you show up in your belief in yourself and what we have to offer is everything, you guys. So your mindset matters, and you really need to sit back and have a strong belief in what you have to offer, who you are, a strong belief in what the business offers, what Beachbody offers, because this is a gift, you guys. Beachbody is such a gift that we are the best in home fitness. We have the absolute best programs, the absolute best support system, all of this, our nutrition, you know, everything that we have is elite. It is exclusive. And, you know, you really need to sit back and realize what you have to offer. This is a gift. And even if you haven't seen a lot of success yet, don't worry, because you as a coach, even if you signed up yesterday or today, have more to offer than you did prior to. I mean, you have everything at your fingertips. So don't feel bad if you haven't seen a lot of success yet. That is totally fine. You have so much to give and you have so much to offer. So fall in love with helping yourself while helping others, and don't worry about what could happen. It most likely won't. I know as a new coach, I had a lot of fear about what if I can't get them results? What if they, what if this doesn't work for them? I felt like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders because I was worried about not being good enough. And that you do not have to worry about. You are amazing. You are a coach. You signed up with, the best of intentions to help people. And so you really need, that's why personal development is so important, you guys. You need to conquer your mindset and show up every day with the intention of helping as many people as possible without expecting anything return, and knowing who you are and what you stand for and what we stand for and the gift that we have to give people. So before you do anything, you have to plant seeds. And this begins with your daily posts. You want them to be engaging. You want them to be able to see what you're doing. You want to be able to trigger questions, and you want people to want to see more, right? So your daily business activities, and it's important that people see what you're doing. It's important that they see your day, that you are just, you're you. You're not a Beachbody robot, but you're you, but you lead by example, and that you are on this journey along with everyone else. You are not perfect. You don't have to try to be perfect. It's okay to share your struggles. It's okay to obviously show your story, which you want to do every single day. Let people get a glimpse into your life. They need to know, one thing that's really important is go through your Facebook page, go through your social media and scroll 3 times. And if people cannot see that you are a coach and that you have your own business and that you help others and that you are on your own fitness journey and that, then they're not going to know what you're doing. So it's so important that you share everything on your social media, that they see that you're working out, they see you setting a good example, that you're positive even in your struggle. It's totally, the more you open up and share you and don't try to be perfect, the more you're going to be appealing to others. And it's really important that you do that, but it's also really important that you have a positive outlook, and offer a solution as well. It's okay to say that you overate this weekend, but you know what? You've got everything in front of you to, get back on track. We're all human. Be genuinely interested in the other person. Don't try to be as interesting as you are as interested in what they are saying to you and in what they're doing. Really show interest in your questions. And, people can tell when someone's listening to them and someone hears them and they're genuinely interested. So make sure that you're that person. Make sure that they trust you before inviting. And this is a big thing. You want to like and you want to comment. Like once you have created, once you have a new follower, a new friend on Facebook and someone in your network, make sure that you like and comment and interact with them a few days before inviting them. A mistake that I made is I would invite, I'd do a post and then anyone who liked that post obviously would go on a list. But I noticed a big difference when I took a step back and I messaged them and I thanked them for liking my post and just kind of started a conversation. I commented on, some of their things. I started liking on their Facebook posts, commenting, getting in their inbox and, just giving compliments and asking questions and that, like build this relationship. And then that list was then my next invite list. So that person, after I've spent a few days with them, building this relationship, then it's totally okay to be, hey, by the way, listen, I don't know if you need it or maybe even not right now, but I'm putting together my next challenge group. Or, you know what? I've got to say, I just absolutely love following you. I love how positive you are. I think you're hilarious. I don't know if this is something you've ever considered, but have you thought about coaching at all? Because I think you would be amazing. But that makes it very genuine. It makes it, they trust you. You're building that relationship. That's what makes us so different than any other network marketing company out there. We don't want to jump on people. That relationship is everything, you guys. So take the time. Put those people that are liking on your posts, that are commenting on your posts, that show interest, put them on a list and just daily catch up with them, comment, all that stuff. It makes a world of difference. So here we have daily conversations and messages. First of all, listen for clues. Don't try to find the person who's broke as a joke or who hates their job. You wanna search for people who are like you. You wanna search for people who are go-getters, are really positive, or you can tell that they get stuff done. Their social media is great. They're ambitious. They're busy. Like they're active. They're busy. They're going for it. They have gratitude. Like I said, they're positive. There's some people that you find on your social media and you meet and you like instantly love them and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'd love this person. They would be such a great coach. I'd love to spend time with them. Like if you can see yourself like having a friendship and wanting to spend time together, that person is who you want to invite. That person is who you want on your team. And never assume that they're too busy. Because we're all busy, you guys. I mean, it's a total, it depends on, we're never too busy for something that's meaningful to us. Let's put it that way. So just relate to them, just, show them, ask them questions, don't be afraid to ask, have you ever considered coaching? Or have you ever considered being, part of my challenge? You would be so amazing. Hang on, I'm so sorry. Just one second. Huh? Hang on. Hang on just a minute, sweetie. Can you come here? Okay, I think I'm there. Can you, somebody text me and make sure.
No, don't use that. Use the
I know,
space bar.
I know, but I accidentally did.
You need to go back.
Perfect.
Oh, one more. There you go.
Perfect. All right, thanks, guys. Good thing. Good thing we live together. And I got somebody I can go, hey. All right, where are we? Okay, so track every conversation no matter what. Even as a brand new coach, if you're talking to just a couple people a day and you think, yep, I got it in my head, or if you're like on, you're on your phone in your car or whatever, where you don't feel, you think that I'll remember that, get in the habit early of tracking every conversation, writing it down, putting in a few notes of what you talked about. The fortune is in the follow-up. You are gonna, and that's absolutely true. That follow-up is crucial. So you wanna always make sure that you're tracking every conversation and being able to see who you talked with, what you talked about, and get those lists started, you guys. All right, call to action posts. Public mass invite, and you can do this once a week, you can do it a couple times a week, but along with a personal message invite. So a call to action post could be, it's whether it's a challenge group, whether it's for coaching, a sneak peek, that's where you're sharing something that you are, going to be doing. So don't just say join my team, or don't just say join my challenge and post your link. You want it to be a little bit classier than that. Don't be so obvious. Just, share that you got a group started, share that you have a sneak peek coming up, all those things, but just, you may get a little less traction on those posts, and that's totally normal. It's totally normal. So don't worry about that. But it is important to do those posts. It's important to post that at least once a week. A Sunday night is an awesome time to post a call to action, whether it's about coaching, and a new coach training starting, or whether it's about a sneak peek. So here are a few examples of call to action posts. We have one from Alex and from Melissa, from Sarah. And it's not like when we were talking about don't be so obvious, share what's meaningful to you. Share what you're looking for, why you're doing this. And that says so much more than just like, my team is expanding. Here's my link, or join my business, or anything like that. So read through these. They're awesome. I mean, they're awesome. They're about, it's about leaving a legacy for your children. It's, a lot of it is sharing your why. Sarah did an amazing job with her. Yeah.
Nobody can hear y'all.
Why?
I don't know. Can somebody else text? Is Melissa on?
Hey guys, Melissa, can you hear me? Hang on, guys. I don't know should we escape?
Yeah.
Give us just a second.
Okay, it's back on now. Let's get you back. Gotta love technology. All right, there you go.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for texting. I had no idea you couldn't hear me. Hopefully you guys haven't missed much. Anyways, all right, so here we go. Let's just get going. But really it's about sharing your why. It's about sharing why you're doing this, who you want to work with. Make it personal, you guys. The more personal you are, the more vulnerable you are, the more you share your story, the better, because they say the old saying, facts tell, but stories sell. I mean, people want a human being behind that, behind their social media. They want to see that you are, that they can relate to you, and the bigger why, the bigger picture. So these are great examples of call to action posts. All right, so what to say during public invites. You can invite to a sneak peek. You can invite to what is coaching, invite to get more info, invite to a backstage pass, or another form of like a sneak peek. Think about what you needed to hear when you were thinking about signing up, or when you were interested in, in learning more about this, what you needed, and make sure that you're posting at the right times. Again, Sunday evenings are great. Let's see, I think mornings are awesome a couple times a week. I think Fridays and Saturdays are not great because everybody's checked out for the weekend. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays are great, great times. Sunday night, anywhere Monday through Thursday, evenings are great. It depends on where, there's so many people on, it depends on your, your peer group or whatever. But I think mornings are great, and I think evenings are great. Don't try to post something on a Friday or a Saturday because everybody is they're busy for the weekend, that they're with family. So, but Sunday nights are amazing. Anytime between 7 and 9. Monthly, what is coaching or what is a challenge group call? We do this monthly. We've done a few of the challenge group. Most likely we do a monthly what is coaching, and we try to put that together with a sneak peek group of some sort, but that just explains what a coach does or what a challenge group has to offer, something you've learned or overcome, share a success story. If you guys, we will have probably something, we'll definitely have something set up probably mid-month, next month. So look for that. So sample of private invites. And you guys, more so, I want to really stress, you got to get into the private messages. You got to get into their inbox, and that's where the magic takes place. Don't rely. Obviously, people need to see what you're doing. If they cannot tell that you are a coach or that you are on your own journey, if you're not posting your, that your workouts, your accountability, there's so many ways that people can see that you're healthy, and that they can see that you're working on yourself, you're working on your journey, and that you're also a coach. People need to see it. But the magic begins in the private message, and that is so important. That's where you have to do your inviting. Without that, you have nothing. And so these are some really great examples of private invites. Obviously, if you look at this, it's not just, hey, will you take a look at my link, or will you, order from me or whatever? Because I've actually had people message me and like literally say, I could use some money. Would you please look over my website and order something? I am not even kidding you. I would probably just, I don't know what I would do if one of you guys did that. Please don't do that. So as you can see in these examples, you're reaching out, and you're, first of all, just starting up some conversation. You're asking questions. You're keeping up with them. You're interested in their lives and who they are, in their families, what they're doing. And then, hey, listen, I don't know if you're up for this or not, and there's your invite. And then always end with a question. Always end with a question so that they can, don't do the whole, let me know if you're or let me know if you're interested. Make sure that you don't do that. Always end with a question so that they can message you back and answer that question. And if they say no, if they say not right now, I hear that every single day. I'm good for now, or, this isn't a good time for me. No big deal. Totally fine. If you're hearing that, you are just like the rest of us. We hear no every single day. Don't let that discourage you. But wait, what if they say yes? awesome. But just keep it cool, like slow down. Don't jump on them. Don't like send them a link. Don't, just slow down. You don't want them to feel like you're a shark just waiting to, attack. Keep it cool. Start asking some questions because you want to find out. Your goal is to get them set up with something.
Can you mention, like, if they say yes, don't send people to your site to check out which contract they'd like. Like, it's your job as a coach to find the best fit for them.
Very good point. And I don't know if you could hear Alex or not.
I saw a little bit of that happening in the new coach training page. And I just want, like, you'll lose a lot of people that way, so I wanted to address that.
And I'm not sure if you can hear her, but something very, very important is, and you can see it where you say, you start asking questions. Please do not just send people to your site. Please do not just give them a link to order a challenge pack. Your job is to first of all, help them. And you cannot help them until you find out their needs and their wants and, where they're at. So you must begin to start asking questions. Do not send your link. Your link is the absolute last thing that you send when you have gotten to the point where you know exactly what they need. You've talked about, you've given them a solution. So slow down. The first thing you're going to say is what sparked your interest. Why do you want this right now? Why are you, what about it interests you? Make sure they are not already working with another coach. And that's another first question to ask. Just say, awesome. If somebody tells me, yeah, I'd love to hear more about it, I'll say, awesome. I'd love to fill you in. But first of all, why, what has sparked your interest? And I just want to make sure, are you working with a coach right now? Are you working with another Beachbody coach? And you need to find that first and foremost. If they are, you always refer them back to their coach, always. They may not be working with a coach, and that is totally fine. And then you can proceed. If I always ask, because first of all, they may have a coach who quit. They may have a coach, but if they are working with a coach, and a lot of times people don't understand how this works. You know what I mean? They just don't understand that they shouldn't be joining, that they do have a coach, but they want to join your challenge group. But they don't understand how it works. They think that's okay. But we're like, no. I want you to stick with your coach. And I will say, please message them. They will love to hear from you. He or she would love to hear from you that you want to, join a group or get started with Shakeology or whatever it is. Always do what's right. And anyways, so make sure you ask that question first. You don't want to get to the end of you don't want to get to the point where they want to sign up and start working with you and then find out that they have a coach. So get that out of the way first. Start small, just a few basics. Then do you want me to send more info? I can send, in this case, we're talking about if someone's interested in coaching, I can send you a bulleted basics. If you want to, just kind of see right away, like the basics of it, or I can send you a short webinar that will explain everything. And I let them decide. And a lot of times it's both. So always end in a personal question. Keep that relationship. Relationship is everything, you guys. Keep it going. Anything fun planned for the weekend, whatever. And do not expect to sign up. Your responsibility are just planting the seeds and asking the questions and trying to help them. But don't expect to sign up. Don't, again, try to help as many people as possible without expecting anything in return. All you can control in this business is your mindset and the actions that you take, like showing up and doing your to-do list. If you have a goal of inviting 5 people to coaching today, and you invite 5 people to coaching, then you can go to bed and you can say, I am successful. This was a successful day. You got to let go of the outcome. So our next topic then are the objections and disinterest and how to handle that. And know, you guys, is always not right now. Always. I have every single person that I have joined a challenge group or coaching has told me no already, I promise you, even if it was a month ago, 6 months ago, even 2 years ago. But that's totally okay. So that's where you have to let that go, and you have to realize that no is not right now. You have to relate and emphasize with them, keep that relationship going, and make sure that you're checking in with them. Totally fine. Keep that relationship. This is, that is first and foremost. You can show success stories of yourself and your team. I think that's really important in social media. Don't show, stock photos or anything like that. You want it to be personal. So the more that you show your before and afters, the more that you show, challengers, the people that you're working with, it can be your team, your coaches. Make sure people are seeing that you're helping people and that people are getting results and seeing success. Very, very important. Give them space, but keep in touch. Continue being a friend. And that is, commenting, again, liking and commenting on their social media, asking about their family, just being a friend. Follow up when it's appropriate. I always reinvite, when someone tells me no, as far as for a challenge, it's just not the right time for them. I'll say, no problem at all. Would you like me to mark it on my calendar to check back in a month or so and see if it's a better time? Absolutely. I don't think I've ever gotten a no, please don't follow up. I've always said yes, or I've gotten, that would be great, please follow up. Ask for referrals. I have asked, I've gotten in the habit of asking for referrals for challenges, for coaching. That's totally okay. Don't try to convince them of anything. If you find that you're trying to pull someone along, stop. If you find that you're trying to convince them of a product, of Shakeology, of joining your challenge, anything, stop. Take a deep breath. It's not right for them, and that's okay. That's totally okay. You in this business have the choice of who you want to work with, who you want to surround yourself with. And if someone doesn't see it and you're trying to convince them, you don't want that person in your challenge, and you don't want them on your team. You want people who want to be there, who share your same, who share your same passion and purpose with this. And that is way more fun than trying to convince people. So if you find that you're doing that, just stop and move on and just say next. Someone says yes. Enroll them. Give clear instructions on how to enroll and walk them through the steps. Your startup, and these are examples. Your startup kit includes, everything about the All Access Pass. These are examples on how to, get people started. We have you can send them direct links. We have the Coach mobile app. There's so many ways to make it easy. If they haven't joined by the date you expected, then you just follow up. You see, you just simply follow up a day or two later and get back in touch with them. See how you can help. All right. I'm thinking that is it. All right, how do we go back? Give me just 1 second. So you guys, that is our call, and it is just in time for you to hop on the National Wake Up Call, which will be starting in 1 minute. Please don't miss. Thank you. Perfect. Please don't miss this call. Tara is amazing. Make sure you show up with a notebook and a pen and take as many notes as possible, because you're going to learn a lot. She's awesome. So thank you for hopping on. And if you have any questions, post in the page and we're there to help. Otherwise, this is your recording link too that you can send to your coaches as well. Thank you for hopping on, you guys.